There you go. All right. I think we got it right there. All right. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. And today, man, we're gonna do a AMA. This is my first time going live. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I know it's live right now, but I want to know. Just let me know somebody who's in there live streaming. Like I said, today we're doing the AMA. This is my first AMA. And today we're doing the AMA on Ryoshi Dynasties, man. And I believe this is one of the best up and coming crypto games on the Cronos blockchain. So let me know if you guys can hear me. We're gonna get started. Let me know. Okay, yeah, it's good. We good. So appreciate everybody for tuning in right now. Everybody who's live with us right now. And like I said, today we're doing something special. This is my first live AMA, so shout out to everybody who's tuning in. But today we are talking about Ryoshi Dynasty, and I believe this is one of the upcoming games on the Cronos blockchain. It is doing some amazing things already. It hasn't even been around for, I don't know, a couple of months, maybe just a couple of months. The token, Fortune token, is doing very, very good. And today we got the founder, developer. If you don't know, he's created Ibisus Bay. In my personal opinion, the best NFT marketplace on the Cronos blockchain. And he's doing some amazing things. So we're gonna bring him on and pretty much let him, ask. You can ask us questions or ask me to ask him a question about what you have or the questions you have on Ryoshi Dynasties. I got a couple of questions because I just want to know, get a better understanding of what's going on with Ryoshi Dynasty. So let's tap into it. Nathan, man, let me know if you can hear me. Let's give the people what they want, because a lot of people have been asking about it. A lot of people want to know what's going on with Ryoshi Dynasties. All right, there we go. There we go. I think your mic is muted. Okay, yeah, now I can hear you. I can hear the audio coming from your end. So just a brief introduction. If you want to give yourself a brief introduction. I know I didn't do the best introduction, but if you could let the people know what's going on, where you coming from, like how you built Ibisus Bay, the best NFT marketplace on the Cronos blockchain. If I gotta say, that's just my personal take on things, my personal opinion. But you've been doing some amazing things already on the Cronos blockchain, and I'm really excited to see what you have in store for Ryoshi Dynasty. So if you could just introduce yourself, give a brief introduction to the people.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks so much. I was having a little bit of audio trouble at the start here, so I couldn't hear you until about the last couple seconds. But to answer your question about me, so I'm the founder of Ibisus Bay. For those who aren't familiar with Ibisus Bay, it was the first NFT marketplace on Cronos. So I launched it as a side project the day that Cronos went live. And so we've been here ever since and grown into a company of 6 full-time people. And yeah, we're really, really excited about all the updates we've been working on, gamifying the platform and with the token launch and everything we got coming up.
Yeah, and I'm really super excited to have you on today. It's a it's an honor to be in your presence. You created the best NFT marketplace on the Chronos, and I keep saying that, but that's just being real. I believe EB Bay. Every time I need to buy NFT or want to buy NFT, I'm going to EB Bay, and I really like how you're incorporating because I'm very big on GameFi and crypto gaming, and I believe that's going to be a big a part of the future moving forward. So I love what you're doing, everything you're doing with the platform, and I just really wanted to get you on today because a lot of people have been asking me about crypto gaming on the Cronos blockchain. I really didn't know where to point them until I ran across Ryoshi Dynasties, and I already was familiar with Ibisu's base. So that just kind of went hand in hand. And I know you're a trustworthy person in the crypto space, so it was only right that I had to do a live AMA.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like I've been and really the honor is all mine. I've been a big fan of your channel since back before I launched Abisus Bay. I remember, I mean, you were covering Cronos, but before or Crypto.com at least before Cronos even launched. So I've been a long time fan and watching since way back then. So
I appreciate
appreciate
that.
likewise. So appreciate you having me on too.
Yeah.
And thank you for the vote of confidence. I remember, we definitely come a long way. So I remember you covered us, Bisu's Babe, back when we first launched. It's definitely come a long way as far as functionality and interface and everything since then. So, yeah, as far as the state of gaming goes on Chronos, I think not only what we're doing at Abisus Bay with Ryoshi Dynasties, but there's quite a bit of interesting, exciting things, on the chain. There's the Crow Skulls and the Boomers come to mind right away. And of course, the Chronos verse and Bali's more recently. So, I think Chronos Labs is really putting a lot of effort, at least, their last wave of grants in the grants program. I think we're almost all games. So I think over this next year, we should see, a lot more gaming activity on the Cronos chain. And we're definitely looking to kind of lead the forefront there. And not only on the Cronos chain, but kind of innovate in the space in general as well, with everything that we're doing and have planned.
Yeah, now I'm very, very excited about it. I really can't wait until we actually hit the bull run in the bull market rather. But I feel like now is probably one of the best times to build in the crypto space, and that's why I'm doing this to let the audience know, let everybody, the Crow fam, know what's going on the blockchain. I know it's multiple games on the blockchain, but I had to let them know what's going on in a bear market so they can really prepare themselves and really understand how the game works. And that's why we're on here today. So if you're ready, I'm ready to get these questions rolling. We can, have dialogue, have conversation, and really just let the people know about Ryoshi's Dynasties. And I'm very excited for this one.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
All right. So, what is Ryoshi Dynasties? I want to know, like, give us just a general overview of, what is Ryoshi Dynasties?
Sure. So it's the first major step into the gamification of our whole platform at Abisus Bay. So about a month and a half ago, we launched our token Fortune, which is our platform token. And I'm sure you're familiar with a lot of the NFT marketplaces out there that are giving some kind of platform reward like Blur or Minted on Cronos. However, a lot of these markets, there's no actual use case for the token itself. It's just strictly reward for using the platform and no real reason to hold it. So I was never a big fan of that personally, and neither was anybody, in our staff. And but clearly, it's something that the NFT trading community really likes. I mean, everybody loves to receive rewards for their loyalty and for using the platform. So we put a lot of time into thinking like, well, how can we still give those rewards out, but actually give a solid use case and reason to hold the token as well. So that's where Ryoshi Dynasties comes in, because we have our platform token Fortune that you stake into the bank on our platform. And that gives you a DAO governance token that's soul bound to your wallet. And from there, you have troops that you can then use to play within Ryoshi Dynasties. And Ryoshi Dynasties is kind of like a virtual game of the board game Risk. So all of the NFT collections or traders on the platform come weekly, and they can place their troops on the map that we have on behalf of their favorite NFT collection. And then at the end of the week, we see which NFT collections are controlling different places on the map, and that determines how they get the platform rewards for the following week. So it's really like a really interesting way to do a DAO vote because not only are the platform token holders deciding who gets the rewards each week, they actually have to play against each other strategically. So it adds a whole nother layer on top of the DAO vote. It's like a gamified DAO because not only is it might is right, there's also that degree of randomness as they can fight each other. And it has that random outcome of who's going to win the fight. So so far we've done 4 weeks, and we've had some really exciting gameplay every week, especially at those last minutes. Lots of people are moving troops around last minute and fighting each other, and it's always really exciting. So the community's really loving it so far, and we have a lot of fun things planned, different game types coming up over the next couple months and years, even as we go through the roadmap.
Okay, yeah, I love that you said the part about utility because a lot of, like you said, a lot of platforms they give you these tokens, but it's very easy for the where oh, I almost got lost there for a second. So if it's if it's no true utility for the token, then it's like what's the purpose of actually holding that token? So I love how you talked about utility for the fortune token, and I really want to kind of dive more into like fortune. So do you have any plans as far as like the future plans for the token, and like how does it, I know you kind of broke it down how it works, but could you go a little more in detail about the fortune token?
Sure, yeah. So as we expand the platform, all of the essentially the game pieces that we have are going to be purchasable only with Fortune. So I know that you're a big fan of DeFi Kingdoms. So very similar idea to that, where Fortune is going to be the only way to buy our upcoming hero cards when the heroes come out, and to buy all the equipment and stuff that. As you quest to level up your heroes and gear them out with weapons and armor and that kind of stuff, pets and skins and all kinds of not only aesthetical collectibles, aesthetic collectibles, but also strategic collectibles too, to help with the ongoing gameplay in Ryoshi Dynasties, as well as pretty soon we'll be launching, opening up. We did a sale of lands a couple weeks ago using our token. So that was the first NFT sale with our token. And pretty soon that we'll be opening up gameplay within the lands as well. And there'll be all kinds of questing and stuff that you'll get to do within the lands, and it all requires the token. So, kind of as we move forward and release new features, gameplay modes, and collectibles to go along with them, you'll always be needing Fortune to buy into the next kind of level of gameplay, doing your ongoing upkeep, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, and I saw a video. I was, just scrolling through the actual website, and I saw videos kind of giving us like a almost like an alpha drop of what to expect as far as land. And I was saying things like, you can cut lumber and build different places around on the land. So is that something that is still in the making? Is that something that we can look forward to from Ryoshi's Dynasties? And how does that work exactly? Like as far as those different pieces, are we using those pieces for in-game items such as like creating? I know I saw it on the video. It was like actually like creating different temples and things like this. So how is that going to work?
Yeah, so it's a pretty complex system, and we haven't released the white paper for it yet. But essentially, um, if you're to go to our land map now, where we're doing the Ryoshi Dynasties battles, you'll see we have 7 different continents, right? And we've one of those continents, we've sold land deeds for that continent, and so right now, though, they're just deeds. They haven't been revealed except for the location where you're at on the map physically. Pretty soon, we'll be revealing all the attributes for each land piece. So some will have settlements, others will have interesting places of interest like dungeons, or even roads, or all kinds of different resources, all kinds of stuff. So depending on what kind of land tile you have, you'll be able to continue to kind of do maintenance on it and level it up, and people will be able to come to your land and quest or harvest resources or fight over different places of interest. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. Um, if you have some resource heavy lands, farmers are going to want to come to your lands to farm, and you'll get a cut. As they farm on your lands, you'll get some of those resources to sell back onto the market. Whereas if you have some of the different places of interest where people do questing to get gear to level up their heroes or their commanders, then you'll get a portion of those kind of fees as they pay to raid the dungeons, or when they're minting heroes, if they're minting them on your land, and if you're in a settlement, so they're minting in your land in the tavern there, then you'll get a cut of that as well. So there's all kinds of different ways to kind of earn income for owning your land when players are playing on your land. And so we have 2,500 land pieces. So there's a lot of movement that players will be able to do, and we're expecting it to be, playing, movement all over the land and people playing all over, and with all kinds of different strategies. So.
Okay, I love to see the utility in the land, because that's something very, very big. A lot of people want to know. I know Zeus Crypto, they're talking about it. Flyboy Mike, he just said about the deeds. So you covered the deeds and things like that. I just want to really just get a better understanding of the land. And you don't have to necessarily own land to play the game, do you?
Not at all, not at all. So the bare minimum, at least starting season 2, once you want to play, all you really got to do is make an account, and you'll have a couple of base meeples to play and deploy how you like. Other than that, you just need to have our token fortune. You stake it in the bank, and that's going to give you your game pieces every week to deploy and use if you want to play the game more. And as you kind of level up your personal account, you'll get more kind of free content as well, and extra pieces to play. So the ability to like level up your account itself, we haven't launched that feature yet, but it's coming really soon. Like you're the sort of commander that's not only making trades in the market, so you'll earn XP for making simple trades in the market, making purchases of NFTs, making offers, that kind of thing, like you expect, like Blur, but also for the GameFi gameplay as well, deploying troops, attacking, harvesting resources, all that kind of thing. So there'll be several different, you're leveling up your main character, which is kind of yourself for your account, and all your different heroes. And of course, you have your basic kind of pawns or meeple that you can deploy around. We're calling them troops now, that you can deploy to fight over different locations in the map.
Okay, and with the troops, you said all we have to do in order to get troops is to stake fortune inside the bank.
That's right. Yeah. Or you can also stake some of our NFTs in the barracks as well. So there's a barracks in the map there. If you have some of our existing NFTs, you can stake in the barracks and you get some bonus troops that way. So there's multiple ways to get the troops or to play in general too.
Okay. So a lot of people want to know if I just, came now onto the platform and didn't know, like, what would you recommend? I know not recommend, because it's not is we're not giving advice here or anything,
Yeah.
but what is the best way to get started if I just want to start playing this game today? What would you say if I was in your shoes and you just starting out today? What would be my best way to get started into the game?
Yeah, so kind of entry level stuff. The minimum stake is 1,000 fortune. So you could go over to VBS and buy 1,000 fortune, stake it in the bank. Then you'll have every week you'll have some troops to play with there. You can also go and look at our holiday NFT collections, which is the Ryoshi Christmas and Halloween collections. If you buy NFTs that are holding weapons from those collections, and the giant candy cane is a weapon in the Christmas collection. You can stake those in the barracks, and that's another way to get some troops to play every week. So that's the sort of entry level way. And then of course you'll want to really join a community. This is really a community based game too. So while it is possible to just kind of hop in and start playing, you really want to find a community that you're going to sort of vote for each week. So hop into our Discord or some of the other Discords around Cronos or on crypto Twitter, and kind of find a faction or a guild that you want to join and play with, and then talk to them and see what their strategies are. That's really the best way, is to start really kind of engaging in the community in general.
Okay. Yeah, you got me very, very excited. I'm gonna hop in tonight. Like, I'm gonna start playing, because I know I've been so busy with just creating all these videos and doing a lot of content that I really haven't been too focused on the crypto gaming side of things. But I'm very excited. I really want to play this game now. I'm really, can't wait to hop in. And I see people talking Zeus crypto. He's talking about the Fox fraternity. He said that's the best way to start. So
So,
a lot
yeah,
of
those guys, I think they're at least top three usually every week there on the board. So they're a
yeah,
great guild to join if you're getting started for sure.
yeah.
So
So yeah, I'm very excited to for me to start playing the game. And really all I got left is what's next for Ryoshi Dynasties. What can we expect in the future? What is it that that's coming out that's new that you would like to talk about?
right. Well, like we've kind of been talking about it already. We got a lot of stuff coming on. We have the reveal of all the lands and being able to play on all the lands. We have the upcoming leveling up of your account and earning XP for doing things on the platform itself. We have a way to trade those troops too. So there's a lot of people who might want to stake our token in the bank, but they're not really too interested in actually playing the game right now. So they're just kind of stuck with these troops. So we're going to kind of allow them to trade the troops on the open market and have some trading activity that way. So that's coming up really soon. And then a couple different gameplay modes we're talking about. So right now we just have the one active game every week where everybody's playing and deploying their troops to. We plan to have a couple different sized games every week, because right now we have some of those kind of really large factions and guilds that are always taking first place every week, which is great. But we want to have some kind of smaller games that have like a cap on how many troops you can deploy per faction. For they're worth a smaller amount of points, but kind of just different tiers of gameplay, and then different modes as well. So like a King of the Hill mode is another thing that we're working on as well. So that's everything that we're kind of working on within the next this quarter coming up. But we have lots of ideas and lots of really fun, exciting things, that we're working on over the years for sure.
Yeah. That does sound very, very exciting. So I had one question from Shark Tank Investments. They asked, will people come to your land naturally, or will we have to compete against others? Or I'm guessing, I'm assuming he is trying to say, um, will they, or do they have to travel to the land, or will it just be, a natural type of thing?
Yeah. So, well, somebody's definitely going to be lucky and get that place where the kind of default spawn in location for those meeple, which is Abisu's Bay, which you kind of see on your screen right here behind you. But the other places that you can kind of spawn your troops in every week once we reveal the lands, people will be able to decide where they want to do that. And so you'll have to incentivize them by kind of leveling up your land. So if you have like a resource heavy land, you're working every week to make sure that it's got the maximum output of resources, right? So people will want to travel to your land to do their farming there. So we expect to see some kind of competition in that area as well. And then every week when you're getting your troops, you'll have to decide, well, am I going to be deploying them to battle to get points for my guild, or am I going to be deploying them to upkeep my land so that they have the greatest resource harvest possible, that kind of thing. So there's going to be that extra bit of a balance and strategic gameplay there as well to try to kind of attract people to play on your lands as opposed to that default location.
Okay, okay. And another question, I'm trying to, get the community involved. I know you can't do too many alpha drops. But but some people are asking, when is the reveal of lands if you have a set date? And somebody also said they heard land deeds will only be allowed or if you only can buy land deeds with fortune. Is that true?
Right. So real soon we're going to be making that change onto the platform where you'll only be able to purchase our NFTs for the Ryoshi brand with Fortune. So that would be the land deeds, the fortune tellers, the teller guards, the holiday NFTs, all that stuff. We'll still the rest of the market will still be open to use Crow like it always has been, of course, but that's coming really soon. So yes, that is confirmed. As far as for when is the reveal, I've jokingly said it'll be when Fortune hits $1. But if in the case that we don't get that whatever it is 10,000x in the next week or two, it'll be sometime within there. So the artist is going on vacation next week, and he'll have it done before we go. So we're getting really, really close. I think we're about 95% done with kind of finalizing, and we just want it to look really great and be kind of an iconic Cronos piece to own. So very soon. Yeah, we're just hard at work, kind of finalizing stuff, but I can't say an exact date.
Right.
It's kind of I go with the sort of like Blizzard
Yeah.
mentality of like when it's ready is when we'll release it for sure.
And that's why I like that I like that answer, just because we, especially like as a developer, I'm not a developer, but I've seen it just, working with other projects, and you can't really give a hard day because you, like, if from my standpoint as a investor or as a player of the game, I would rather it to be, a smooth releasing. Like I would rather, instead of getting a hard date and you trying to rush it and just put anything, just putting stuff together, I would rather, it be a nice releasing of the lands. And we're going to be very, very excited, once it drops. If it, of course, things have some bugs, so we can't control that, but it's better to have the least amount of bugs as possible. So
yeah, and you hate to put the team on a death march too. You say a certain date, and
right.
next thing you know, they're working nights and weekends and holidays, which they, it's crypto, so they do anyways. But even more so, we got at least sleep on the team. So,
Right.
but yeah, I appreciate that for sure. And that's really kind of been how we've operated from the very beginning. In these 2 years we've been here on Cronos, and just we kind of take our time and really try to put the highest amount of quality we can into our upgrades and updates. So yeah, we appreciate the community's patience, and we're really glad that everybody's just super excited and looking forward to playing. So
Yeah. So I got one more question um from Zeus Crypto, and he asks, how will fees to use lands work? Can you whitelist Ox to use it for free?
yeah, so again, the fees are going to be kind of like, it kind of depends on what the activity is, but it's usually going to be like you'll get, for example, if you're somebody's harvesting resources on your land, and they harvest 10 nightshade, right? You might get you might get 10%. So you might get one of those 10. And yeah, you will be able to set sort of like a tax rate that you want for your lands. And so again, that's going to help with attracting the right people, because people see, well, hey, this place next door has whatever 5%. I'm just going to go farm my resources there. So hopefully it'll make a more dynamic open market. But yeah, you'll be able to work on that granularity. You'll be able to white the certain people and factions as well. So if you have like a certain reputation level with a certain faction, you can set it like if they have whatever over 5,000 reputation points with your faction, then they can go farm for free there. Or if they have like negative rep, then maybe they can't farm at all. They have to actually raid it instead, or they have a super high tax. So and again, this is all stuff that will be kind of continuing to roll out over time. We do that kind of Scrum methodology where we're always, probably almost weekly, rolling out updates to the platform. So, but yeah, you can definitely expect that functionality to be there.
Nice. That's nice right there. That was a good answer. And I really appreciate you coming on to the live AMA, because a lot of people, even myself, I wanted to get a better understanding of what Ryoshi Dynasties is. And you really broke it down in layman's terms where I can share this video to anybody and they can understand and hop in the game and start playing Ryoshi Dynasty. So I really appreciate you for your time, and just, I know you're very busy as a developer. You might, as soon as we end this live stream, you're getting back to working on
You know
the on the game. So
well,
but
I really appreciate you taking the time and inviting me on. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of your channel, and I watch it all the time. So, and I appreciate all the Crow news you bring, and all the DeFi Kingdom stuff too. So hopefully we get you geeking out on Ryoshi Dynasties as much as you do on DeFi Kingdoms and doing all kinds of tutorials and stuff. But let me know anytime if you have questions or anything like that, because I know the learning curve can be really hard with Web3 games, especially. So, and that's something we're trying to put a lot of attention to detail in to make it as easy as possible to get into. But even then, it can be very kind of intimidating for people. So reach out anytime, and anybody, do feel free to come to the Discord. We got people really eager, like Zeus there, to answer questions and to onboard people and get more people, into the community. So I really appreciate your time today, and it's an honor to be on the show.
yeah, I appreciate that. And like I said, I will start making, more content on Ryoshi, giving breakdowns and, doing things like that, because I am very interested in the game now. And like I said, just by you breaking it down for me, I'm gonna kind of do my homework and start getting a better understanding so I can start making videos and, giving the community somewhere they can go to kind of get a better idea of, how to play the game.
All right, awesome, man. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, that's the live stream. Hey, shout out to Crypto Grady. Shout out to Grady coming on the live stream. That is the live stream for today. We really had a nice AMA. I can't wait to do it again. We got to come back on again in the bull market. Like, you got to promise me you're coming back on when
All right,
Ryoshi
anytime,
becomes,
anytime.
when it becomes the biggest game. Don't forget about Crypto Choke. Come back
I
to the
could
channel.
never. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Come
Absolutely,
back to the
anytime. Just
channel. We're
reach out.
gonna do it
Yeah.
again.
All right, we'll do. Yeah, cheers. Thanks.
All right.